So what are some of the opportunities then for using this imagery? We've talked about being able to get into the field to check out rooting limitations, perhaps rooting depth, diseases, insects, especially plant population. That's going to have a direct effect on the amount of biomass in the imagery. Weeds have a very distinct, different image within the total image, a different pattern. Water stress, uniformity of irrigation, we'll show you some of that in a moment, and then nutrients, either the balance or the deficiencies. So here's a couple of examples. This is where the farmer had put some nitrogen-rich strips in the field for calibration of his equipment. He planned to use center pivot irrigation with fertigation. You can see the center pivot concentric circles, rings around the field. This line is the center pivot in operation. Some of these high nitrogen strips were installed the year the picture was taken, and some were remnants from the year before. The high nitrogen strips in the upper part of the picture were on top of each other. In the middle of the field, they were adjacent to each other. And finally, at the bottom of the picture, they were offset quite a bit. So you can see that those high nitrogen strips, in some cases, disappeared. In other places, they hung on for a couple of years. Another example, this is color infrared imagery, but the upper part of the field had hail damage, so you can see a lack of the bright green, bright red color. In the middle of the field, they had some sprayer problems. These are rectangular areas of the field. They have a different degree of greenness, or redness really, but it comes down to weed problems. And finally, this picture was taken at the time when the farmer was in the field cultivating. And so the darker area is where he recently disturbed the soil and turned up darker colored moist soil compared to lighter colored soil. So these are all factors that can affect the imagery. This is a case of a very poorly functioning center pivot irrigation system, but you can see it has a tail or a swing out unit on it. So when this unit swings out and turns on, it takes more water, and that deprived the rest of the pivot, the V-shaped wedge here, of water. And so the entire area here was short of water compared to the area where the swing span was not operating.